rédíò tó ta gbangba yíká alẹ́ ta gbangba yíká oko water radio ìdùnnú gbogbo aráàlú ẹ máa gbọ́.
àjànàkú kọjá orí nǹkan fìrí tá a bá rìnrìn kápá rìnrìn water radio wọ̀ ló gìjà ìdùnnú aráàlú ẹ máa gbọ́ wa nìṣó.
Riches with Samuel Hadiemi on your radio, Water Radio, at Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Rack to Riches is an interactive and interview program where you hear the life stories of common people like you who are making impact with their passion and profession. For advert and sponsorship, please call 081-6394-2900, 081-6394-2900. You can also WhatsApp the same number. Rack to Riches. It's passionately impactful. Those who aren't aware of their strength can't profit from it. As your focus being only on your weakness, are you even aware of your strength? It's time to discover your strength and ability, for this will make you rise from rag to riches. Happy new month to you and welcome to your favorite program, Rag to Riches, on your radio, Water Radio, at Samonda Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan. I remain your host, Samuel Adeyemi. Your program, my program, her program, like you know, Rag to Riches comes up every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And of course, today's edition, in one word, would simply be wow. You surely would know why soonest is going to be passionately impactful again. Today's story is that of a man who has risen to impact lives in area of his passion. I'd like to say, I appreciate you all for your comments and feedback. You are definitely simply amazing. Indeed, it's rag to riches. And wherever you are watching and hearing live within and outside Nigeria, how is your day going this Friday? Please do let me know in the comment section. Rag to Riches is a program with two segments, like you know, biography of men, of course, both gender in this context, who have risen from rag to riches with their relatable stories, who have gotten to a level of impact, and the interview session of everyday people who are also growing and touching lives. After today, you surely will kill that doubt, low self-esteem, and you will be thrilled, inspired, and gain strength to move beyond your limitation. I want you to know that it's wise to keep your faith in God only as you sojourn on this earth. For tomorrow is not guaranteed until it comes. All right, without further ado, kindly sit back and relax as you listen to this beautiful masterpiece, my favorite so far on this show. Malik is the artist's name, and the song says, "Never give up," so you can leap a giant step from rag to riches. Every day there's trouble, so when you wake up in the morning, always thank the Lord. Rag to riches, passionately impactful. We'll be right back after the break. It's Rare to Riches with Samuel Hadiemi on your radio, Water Radio, at Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Rare to Riches is an interactive and interview program where you hear the life stories of common people like you who are making impact with their passion and profession. For advert and sponsorship, please call 081-6394-2900, 081-6394-2900. You can also WhatsApp the same number. Rare to Riches. It's passionately impactful. Welcome back to Rag to Riches, my wonderful listener. Do let me know the location you are watching from. And in case you are just joining and listening, I am Samuel Hadiemi, the host of Rag to Riches, passionately impactful, where you have the privilege of being enlightened, inspired to pursue your dreams and passion as you turn it to your profession, regardless of your supposed bad history. Of course, on this same station, Water Radio. Please do like and share Water Radio on Facebook, and you can as well follow me directly on Instagram, Samuel Adeyemi1. On Instagram at Samuel Adeyemi1, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Smoga TV, SMOGA. There, I release content beyond radio broadcasts. All right, so guess whose biography I'll be reading and we all shall learn from today. He's a man without limbs, no arms, no leg. His name is Nick Vuyicic. Nick Vuyicic is an Australian-American evangelist and motivational speaker. Nick Vuyicic is an Australian-American evangelist and motivational speaker. He's born with tetraamelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by the absence of arms and legs. So this young man has no hand, no leg, and is Take a pause here. Look at your limbs, both hands and legs. If you are privileged to have them, then tell yourself, I have no excuse to be a failure. You see, at birth, his mother refused to see him or hold him when Riches with Samuel Hadiemi on your radio, Water Radio, at Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Rag to Riches is an interactive and interview program where you hear the life stories of common people like you who are making impact with their passion and profession. For advert and sponsorship, please call 081-6394-2900, 081-6394-2900. You can also WhatsApp the same number. Rag to Riches. It's passionately impactful. All right, like I was saying, look at your hands, look at your limbs, and you should know that you are privileged to have them. Then tell yourself, I have no excuse to be a failure. At birth, his mother refused to see him or hold him when, the nurse held him in front of her. She and her husband went out of the hospital. Now, to me, that is rejection at birth. Unfortunately, today, several people who aren't rejected due to low self-esteem have rejected themselves. But here is a young child who was rejected at birth, but has risen from rag to riches. Originally, the toes of one of his feet were fused, and then an operation was performed to separate the toes so that he can use them as fingers to grab. Nick humorously refers to it as his chicken drumstick. You see, one of the things I have personally learned from this story or of this young man is don't die in self-pity. For what you can't control, you can laugh it out. I mean, someone calling his own tiny toes chicken drumstick. So, Nick Vuyicic attended Runcorn State High School up in Queensland and has made a couple of appearances there by doing speeches. If he could kill glossophobia, That is the fear of speaking, of public speaking. If Nick Vuyicic could kill glossophobia and then give speeches, then you can, you will, and you must. Nick hired a speaking coach to develop his abilities to develop as a speaker even further. If you remember the ABC to Z of talent discovery, where I spoke of joining a special group to help your skill, this Nick as well did. These stories I read here are not meant for fun, but for you to be able to stand out in what you are created for. Vuyicic graduated from Griffith University at the age of 21 with a Bachelor of Commerce degree with a double major in accountancy and financial planning. His appearance didn't limit his education. In 2005, Vuyicic founded Life Without Limbs, an international non-profit organization and ministry at age 23. And in 2007, he founded Altitude, a secular motivational speaking company. Meanwhile, for you to rise is a factor of your attitude. So the saying goes, attitude is everything. If you are beautiful, handsome, and you don't believe in yourself, in no time, your inner thoughts will reflect in your appearance, and such will appear ugly. Vuyicic starred in the short film The Butterfly Circus at the 2010 Method First Independent Film Festival. He was awarded Best Actor in a Short Film for his starring performance as well. Would I say all was rosy for Nick while growing as a young lad? No. Even as a child, Nick faced bullying and would go home feeling that he was a failure. At age 10, his depression led him to try drowning himself in the bathtub. Alas, he came to understand that he was his greatest discourager. He was loved, and he did have hope for a meaningful, beautiful life. No one can tag you a failure without your own consent. So, if he had had that failure mentality for long, it would build up and become his reality. For as a man thinketh, so he is, says the scripture. Accepting he would not be able to experience many activities, Nick refused to let his disability rule his life, and courageously he faced his challenges and onslaught of teasing by deciding to push through his doubtful thoughts and kept a positive attitude when it came, trying new things. The emphasis on attitude is everything, is very important in your day-to-day life. When you think to be successful is difficult, it becomes your reality. And when you think success is achievable and continuous, then surely you will get it. I'll be back after this short commercial break. It's still Rag to Riches, passionately impactful. It's Rag to Riches with Samuel Hadiemi on your radio, Water Radio, at Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Rag to Riches is an interactive and interview program where you hear the life stories of common people like you who are making impact with their passion and profession. For advert and sponsorship, please call 081-6394-2900, 081-6394-2900. You can also WhatsApp the same number. Rag to Riches. It's passionately impactful. Rag to Riches, your inspiring program with Samuel Hadeyemi on your radio, Water Radio, at Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan, every Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Rag to Riches is an interactive and interview program where you hear the life stories of common people like you who are making impact with their passion and profession. Rag to Riches. For advert and sponsorship, please call or WhatsApp 08163942900, 08163942900. Rag to Riches. It's passionately impactful. All right, welcome back. And like I was saying, it's still Rag to Riches, passionately impactful. And I am speaking on the biography of Nick Vuyicic. Nick Vuyicic, what a great man who is impacting lives. In 2008, in McKinney, Texas, near Dallas, he met Kane Miyahara, that is his wife, and they married on February 12th, 2012. The couple had 2 sons and 2 daughters and reside in Southern California. Great, right? And of course, they are happily married. I read a book authored by Pastor Nick some times ago where he shared his emotional love story of how he met his wife. Very touching love story. He humorously spoke in the book of how a pimple was in his face and his mom asked him not to touch it, and he wondered, with what hand would I use to actually touch it? All right, so fun fact about Nick Vuyicic is, do you know, without any limb, he's able to type 43 words per minute on a computer. Wow. Vuyicic's first book, Life Without Limits, Inspiration for a Ridiculously Good Life, was also published by Random House in 2010 and has been translated into over 32 languages. And of course, has written more books. Several, I must say. Another fun fact is his mom was a practicing nurse despite the issues surrounding the birth of Nick, meaning she definitely must be aware of what and what she mustn't eat while carrying the pregnancy of Nick. But in my opinion, who can question God for Nick to be that way? Another fun fact is, of course, Nick has 1.7 million followers on Instagram and his videos are also on YouTube. You can kindly check them out. He is definitely reaching out to millions of lives. All right, so according to his website, Vuyicic used his faith in God and support from family and friends to overcome his struggle, using his story to help others overcome personal challenges. Nick Vuyicic will just be 40 in 2 days' time, living and impacting lives. In other words, his birthday is this month, 4th of December. Wow. So let me quickly say happy birthday to Pastor Nick Vuyicic, author of the popular book, Life Without Limits. That as you celebrate your birthday, may you see more reasons to keep living to impact lives positively. After this sojourn on earth, you shall see the Lord, whom you have represented in this cosmos. So, how about you with both limbs? Now you can see that you have no excuse. The turning point for this young man battling with years of loneliness and low self-esteem came when at 13, he hurt his foot, which he was using for writing and swimming. This made him realize that he needed to be thankful for his abilities rather than focusing on his disabilities. Motivated by a janitor, he started sharing his story with people, and soon the numbers grew and he has delivered over 2,000 talks, across the globe. His undying faith removed all anxiety. About his uncertain life and gave new hope for happiness. Nick's life story is the best example of what human grit and determination can achieve. He is a living proof of how one can face any adversity and achieve the unachievable. Don't focus on what is lacking in your life, but rather have gratitude for what is available and put it to the best use. Never shirk from hard work and never lose confidence in yourself. Before we proceed, let's quickly go for a commercial break, and when I return, we would make progress. It's still Rag to Riches, passionately impactful on your radio, Water Radio, Trans Amusement Park, Ibadan. I will be right back. All right, welcome back. And in case you are just joining us, it's Rag to Riches on your radio, Water Radio, passionately impactful. You can send in your comments, your thoughts, your views on Facebook as you watch us live on Water Radio. Of course, it's been an amazing time today, and I'm sure you were inspired and impacted. Be aware that anyone can rise, provided you believe in yourself. Take action and never give up. Rather than sitting at home all day and pursuing happiness by mere wishing, stand up and do something by daring. Don't die wishing. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate the leadership of this station, Water Radio, in person of Akiyefa, and everyone who has helped me behind the scene technically. Till we meet again next week, Friday, same time, 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Water Radio. I leave you with these challenging words. When you stand before God at the end of your life, I hope you won't have a single bit of talent left unused, so that you can boldly say to Him, I used everything you gave me. Ponder on this. I am Samuel Adeyemi. Do have a lovely weekend.
Kọfìrí tá a bá rìnrìn kápá rìnrìn Water Radio wọ̀ ló gìjà ìdùnnú aráàlú ẹ máa gbọ́ wa nìṣó.